Wait, I can't see the comments. Hi. All of y'all so cute. All of y'all so cute. Okay. Hi. My bangs are looking a little blah today. That's alright. They're gonna grow out in time for my vacation. So you guys, did you watch the video that I posted about an hour ago? Anybody? Did you guys watch that video? I subbed it, so I don't know if you guys watched it like with the subs or no. Is my hair purple? Yeah, it is. It was a different color last week and a different color 3 weeks ago. Okay, so the topic for today is actually related to that video, as well as something recent which happened on Thursday. Okay, so what happened was that my friend, I have a Korean friend that I meet every week. Is there a glare on my glasses? I don't know how to get rid of it, so I'm sorry. Okay. So there's this Korean friend that I meet every week, and he was going to introduce me to a Korean friend that was visiting, a different Korean friend that was visiting my country, and he said, you and then take another friend, so it would be like 2 guys and 2 girls. It's not a date. And then so I took someone from my army squad. Her name is Sandra. She often comes to our lives. Anyway, my Korean friend introduced us as armies, and like he was like, this is Ara. That's what my Korean friends call me. It's my Korean name. This is Ara and this is Sandra, and they are armies. And then you could the guy looked way too impressed for me to feel like he knows what my friend's talking about. The guy looked very impressed by the fact that we were armies, which could only mean that he was mistaken in believing that we were soldiers or, you know, some other actual army related profession. And then I was like, Oppa, I don't think he knows what an army is. And then my friend was like, oh really? And I'm like, yes, not everybody in the world knows what an army is. I'm glad you do, and I'm so happy you're my friend, but like, why would you introduce me to a stranger that I just met as an army? Because he doesn't understand, and not a lot of people are gonna understand this. So I found that kind of weird, but also funny at the same time. And I had to explain to the guy that, you know, disappointingly, and the thing is, like, I'm proud of being an army, but like when the guy had looked really like he was impressed by the fact that I was some kind of soldier, and then now I have to tell him like no, I'm just like a fan of a band and we're called army, that seems like a lot less impressive. So yeah, so then, but the thing is I felt bad because I didn't want to be, you know, ashamed that I was being introduced as an army, but at the same time, it's just a ridiculous thing for like to be introduced to a 30-something-year-old man who probably doesn't know the existence of BTS, you know. So it's just weird. And when I told my friend, I'm like, why do you introduce us like that? Like, you don't have to add that. Like, you could just like say what my real job is or something. And then, but my Korean friend was like, why don't you want to be introduced as army? Like, is there something wrong with being introduced as army? And that made me, that sounded like some kind of challenge. Like he was trying to provoke me into like, he made it sound like I was ashamed to be introduced as army when all it really was that it's socially fucking weird to be introduced as that, because that's just not, like, who introduces, unless we're in the K-pop setting, who introduces another person by their fandom, right? Normally it's like name, in Korea it's like name and age so that you know how to address each other. But in this case it was just like name and fandom. So I don't know, I just thought that was really weird. So the next time I meet, like, I introduce him to my other friends, I'm gonna be like, this is Tongyopa, Warcraft player, or some other really stupid shit like that. And then, so he's gonna understand how I feel. So anyway, that was like the awkward moment. And then, that's not the only awkward moment. The awkward moment that follows is after, like, people feel obligated to ask you about your fandom because now you've been introduced as like army, and then they assume that's like the most fucking important thing in your life, which in large part it is, but it's not something I want a complete stranger I just met to know about, you know what I mean? And then so now they feel like they look like they have to ask you about it because you were introduced with that fact along with your name. Like, so hi Ara, how long have you been a BTS fan since you were introduced as that? So I find that to be awkward, and I don't know how to explain it. But so I was thinking about it and I was like, it's more awkward. I am like by no means ashamed that I love BTS and I will willingly tell people, but in an adult setting with like men, like adult men who are just so distanced from this whole K-pop scenario, it's just weird. Like, why make things awkward for myself by bringing up something that they would not understand or have anything in common with me about? Yeah. And then so yeah, it was kind of awkward. Well, not kind of, just really. That moment was just bad, and so it was quickly move on to other things. Because not only is it awkward for you, it's awkward for the other person because it makes them feel like obligated to say things like, to ask things about how long you've been a fan, or to say things like, oh, I think I've listened to this and this song, but it's like, it's okay if you haven't. I'm not the kind of person that would hate you if you had it. It's music preference is so personal, so personal. So you don't have to be the same as me, and you certainly don't have to ask me about it. But unfortunately, you know, social situations have their own rules, and yeah, that's what's terrible about it. So fortunately, the rest of the night went well. We had other things to talk about. We found other things to definitely talk about, and that was a good thing. But I honestly don't want to be introduced as ARMY. So, and like another thing that I also think about is how often I make my life choices based around, well, not just like, well, more like daily choices or yes, life choices based around like BTS. Like, I remember saying several times to people, I don't live my life around BTS, but in a large part, yes, I do. I make vacation plans to places that they've been, but only within my own comfort zone. Like when they did Bon Voyage 2 in Hawaii, and I was like, huh, Hawaii is not that far from Korea. It was like, I think a 7 or 8 hour flight or something. And I got a really good deal on Jin Air. It's called Jin Air. Like when I wanted to take this vacation to where BTS have been, and then like it was called Jin Air, so I thought that was like incredible fate. So, and the flight was so cheap too. It was like 400 something dollars. But anyway, the point is, the point is, when I was trying to make vacation plans, I thought about where BTS have been, and I wanted to see the places that they've been, or especially because Suga said we left this rock pile here for ARMY, so I was like, alright, now I have the means to go, so why not? Yeah, I'm gonna get to you about that in a second, Draco. So I do make a lot of choices around BTS, and those close enough to me know that I do that. But it's not like it's not done in like a weird way. It's it makes things easier for me. Like life is so much easier. Oh, thank you. Life is so much easier when you don't have to think that hard. Like, where should I go for vacation? Let's see where BTS have been, and then we can go there, because it's like they were this travel show that already showed you these destinations were great, so why not go there? So choices are easier, and you know, meeting people of the same fandom is amazing and stuff like that. So life has been enhanced by having ARMY as my identity, and like I said, that's a good thing, right? That's definitely some pros. Oh, where did the hi Jessica. Right, but there are a lot of cons, because yes, people do lie, uh, just to sort of be respectful to you, and they say, yeah, I've listened to that song, I've heard it like once, or and and I do think that when I want to be introduced, yes, I want to be introduced as like my job, which I worked hard to get or be good at, and you know, just yeah, my other life accomplishments. So while my friend was unusually enthusiastic that about introducing me as an ARMY, even though he doesn't really care much about BTS, I just think that when only when necessary I would ever introduce myself as ARMY in an ARMY setting, like when I'm at a store and and it's like a BTS anniversary or birthday, and I want one of those like gorgeous cup holders, and then I go to the counter and order a drink, and I say I would like a cup holder, and that makes me an ARMY, that identifies me as ARMY. And then you see people go like, oh yeah, so this particular customer is an ARMY. She's not just here for our coffee, she's here for the cup holder. So that I feel like in that setting it's okay to reveal your identity, but otherwise, like, why would I ever introduce myself as like, hi, I'm Jay, I'm ARMY, what about you? Like, how are people supposed to respond to that? What would people even respond to that? Like, to the world generally, ARMY means a whole different thing. Also, it's grammatically incorrect to be like, hi, I'm ARMY. It should be I'm an ARMY. Because if you do say like I'm ARMY, that's just like, I don't know. The the words, the other words in the sentence matter. Like, I'm in the army, I'm part of the army, I'm part of an army. I don't know, all these little differences. There's still a glare. Yeah, in Korea too, like, you see all these people carrying around the BT21 bags, and then they've got little BT21 keychains attached to their bags and all that kind of thing. You definitely know that they're army. And and it's nice to see like these other people, to know that you have these kindred spirits walking around. You don't actually have to acknowledge them, you don't actually have to say hi to them, but the fact that they're there, it's really awesome to know that you're around your kin, your people. So that's amazing. So anyway, that was the story that inspired the title for this live, is how much of your identity is army. So like, how do you make army friends? I actually don't. I feel like I don't make friends that are not online. Even the friends that I have now, my army squad, is because I used to run a BTS fan page on Instagram where I did translations and subs. And I met some girls through that page because I think I had like 56,000 followers or something. And I met some of these girls through that page, like one by one. Like, I can't meet a big group at one time because, you know, it triggers my social anxiety. So I had to meet them one by one, and eventually we formed an actual squad, and by then it was okay for me to meet an entire group. But yeah, I don't like to make friends. The more friends you have, like, the more you have to talk. So no thanks. If I want to talk to somebody, I come online, I talk to you guys. Otherwise, I have to spend long hours like chatting on chat apps, and then I'm obligated to go out with people. Yeah, not into that. I even take vacations alone. That's how much I don't like hanging out with other human beings. See, glad you guys understand. Okay. Oh wow. Never met anyone that's army or seen anyone wearing BT21 and stuff. Well, um, in my country, I guess it's really common. So I guess I take it for granted that they're everywhere. And I think I've actually said this in a live before that I carry around photo cards. And if I see an army outside and I'm feeling brave, because these are little things that I do for myself to overcome my my social anxiety and like approaching people or being approached by people. So what I do is I carry around photo cards, and because I see that they're carrying like a Jimin bag, or they're wearing like a jersey that's got like a BTS name on them, and I feel safe that they're army, and it feels like it's fine to approach them and offer them the photo card, just so I can just be like approaching people and getting over the whole, strangers kind of feeling. So I feel like that helps a lot, even though a lot of the time, like, it's not really the best country to do this in, because in Singapore, a lot of people are very aloof. Um, that's the general sort of feel of how the population is. It's every man for themselves, and if a stranger approaches you, then it's like, what the fuck do you want? That kind of thing. And so sometimes it actually does sort of like backfire on me. Like, it makes me feel bad. Like, oh damn, I shouldn't have done that. Oh my god, no more approaching strangers. And so I but I tell myself I gotta keep doing it. So yeah. I tried the same thing in Korea. Backfire doesn't, when you approach them, like, hi, are you guys army? And then they give you this look like, okay, like, what the fuck? And then it makes me feel like, oh my god, I shouldn't have come over here. They have these, like, hostile reactions. So, when that's the first, you know, reaction from somebody, then it makes you feel like, don't do that. So, yeah, I've tried it in Korea as well. And that was good. Like, they people in Korea are more open when people approach them. They don't have the what the fuck face or what the fuck do you want face. It's more like, yeah, so it's bad. Like, one of the biggest reasons why I have this sort of social anxiety is because people in my country are so shit. Like, I started out being a friendly person, and I grew up being friendly and stuff like that. But like, you know, I had what made it worse was I had a really bad relationship where the the guy was verbally abusive and basically lowered my self-esteem to a point where it was nothing. And then it became a lot worse. Like, I went straight to school or straight to work and came home and never interacted outside with anybody because he said, like, I was ugly or fat or not as good looking as his friends' girlfriends, and you know and other shit like that, and it made me feel so terrible. So I was like, yeah, I'm completely unfit to live in society, and it was terrible. So even though I was like the most confident person before, having somebody like you love bring you down like that, that's the person you're supposed to trust and believe the most. So that was just really bad. And that, like, really triggered it. Like, even before, when I had problems with people staring at me and I couldn't take it, and but like yeah, that made it a lot worse. It unleashed like 90% of my social anxiety. Oh, in Puerto Rico? Oh my god. Yeah, okay. So if I ever go, I'm never wearing anything BTS because when people approach me suddenly, that's just like that's a bit scary. But I do want to try it though. Now I'm kind of curious. That would be cool. Okay. Anyway, um, what was I gonna say? Oh, okay. So anyway, no, I don't want to make friends and new friends. There were a couple of times where I got really shocked. Like at a BTS concert in Korea, there were 2 times where I'm just hanging around. I'm just like standing around, waiting for the gates to open, and people approached me, and and asked me, "Are you blah 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 from Instagram?" Because, like I said, I had a really popular Instagram account, and so people recognized me from there, even though I hardly ever posted my face because it was just a BTS update account and it was news, and I never really did post my face much, but people managed to recognize me, and that was really shocking for me. Like, the good thing about that was that I was too stunned or too shocked by the fact that, what? How do you even know my face? And to feel like the anxiousness, and that was really good. That was when you're so shocked that you forget to feel nervous. Yeah, that was really good. And they were like, "Can I take a picture with you?" And I'm like, "Oh my god, are you serious?" And then so, yeah, a couple of times that happened, and then at a different concert that happened also. Like, people wanted to take pictures with me, and I felt like, okay, that's really cool, like a celebrity moment or something. Yeah. So anyway, um, that was really fun, and all these little things over the years, like, so actually having this identity and joining this fandom and not being afraid to, like, embrace your identity, it's really helped me a lot. Yeah. um Say hi to me, but don't say hi to me abruptly. Like, there was this girl who just like stepped right in front of me and got in like my very personal space to say hi, and so that is a no. Please don't do that. That's Say hi to me in a approach animal with caution kind of way, you know? But I would love to say hi to you. You need to. It's helping me to get over, like I said, with my social anxiety and meeting new people. So yes, yes, the sun is out. Is it too glary? But I can't. There's like no other way that I can face. Hello, where am I now? At home, in bed, with Namjoon. I gotta go in exactly like after the live has reached an hour because I've got guests coming over. I noticed that a lot of people recently have been um, requesting my Instagram, and I don't know where all these people are coming from, so I'm gonna assume that it's you guys from YouTube. So, well, I'm hoping, because I don't want randos. So if you're one of them, then thank you. Um, the reason that I would love for you guys to say hi if you ever see me is because I feel like a lot of us are not even from the same country. So if ever you see me, you know, that's fate. That's destiny, that we crossed paths and that we're destined to say hello and take a selfie together that marked this amazing moment that I randomly saw this person off of the internet in person. I think that would be cool. Personally, I feel that would be really cool. It's still, will you ever come to LA? I've been to LA like twice already, so not anytime in the near future. I used to live like right outside SF. I'm a NorCal kind of girl, so I'm sorry. Would you go to San Francisco if I was there? Cause you know I traveled a long way. I feel like I've made a lot of like rendezvous with online friends, and I feel like if I have traveled, if I've made like a 20-hour journey to somewhere relatively near you, you could come and travel a couple hours to come see me. I'm hoping, because that would make it kind of fair, because for me to travel all the way to you, that's not fair, because it's got to be a place that I wanted to go, and I don't have the money to like, you know, go all the way to visit you some especially. And I hope you don't mean, I don't mean you, Sky, like I'm saying that there have been people who are like that, who expected me to, they wanted to see me, but then they wanted me to travel all the way to see them. That's like a little unfair. It's like, what makes you that fucking special, you know what I mean? So anyway, yes, if I go back to SF, then I will let you guys know. I was just there a couple years ago. I went to meet an army there, and we went to the Golden Gate Park to take a picture where BTS had taken a picture, and that was really fun. And that was where I met like some other armies, and there was this girl, I think I told this in the previous live. There was this girl who, when she heard that I had Namjoon as a bias, she stared daggers at me, and then she walked away like 20 feet away, and I saw her like squat down onto the ground and scream into her hands. And she started like seriously screaming like a psycho. And then I asked her friend, like, is she all right? And her friend was like, yeah, she just reacts that way whenever she finds out that someone has the same bias as her. Then I'm like, okay, she needs professional help, because what the fuck? Please realize that you're not the only one who loves Namjoon, and he is like loved by millions, so get over yourself. She was insane. Like, seriously. See, that's not normal, right? And then the friends were just there, like, and I'm like, why? Don't you guys tell her that this is weird for her to be reacting that way? And they were like, yeah, they can't do anything about it because she's like that. So I'm like, alright, good luck with having this friend. So that was insane. So meeting other armies is not always the best experience. There are actually crazy armies out there. And this is freaking insane. Freaking insane. I don't think I have pictures of them. Maybe I do. If I ever find that picture again, I'll post it on my Instagram. So if you're on my Instagram, then you can see. I might go look when I have the time, but I have like tons of SD cards of photos to look through. So I hope I do find it someday. Trust me, if I could punch her, I would have. But, you know, that would be assault. That's one of the reasons I really hesitated, because I was thinking, do I really want to be in a theater full of armies? And armies in my country are especially cringy because a lot of them are really immature. Really immature. As in, I don't even know. But like, they're really immature and spoiled. And yeah, but I was like, okay, you can just ignore them and watch the movie silently. It's gonna be dark. Get in, get out really quick, and then go. I haven't gotten tickets because the sales are not out yet for my country, but I'm really hoping that I'll be able to get some. I wanted to go and watch it in Korea because it would have been a lot easier to get tickets, because what Korean armies did is so fucking amazing. Somebody rented out an entire theater, not really a theater, but like a cinema. What do you call that? Well, whatever. A place for viewing. A theater. They rented it out and got the rights to screen the Burn the Stage movie. They're organizing it such that armies can pay them for the screening. And this is legit, and it's not a scam or anything. And okay, a screening room, thank you. And I thought that was freaking amazing, because a lot of the Korean armies were all like, I can't believe we have to go through this, like as if it's like, you know, fighting for tickets at a concert. I can't believe that, you know, we only get a day of screening. And so it's kind of really fucked up how, well, the way that this has been organized. So somebody took matters into their own hands and decided to have a screening of Burn the Stage movie on their own. And yeah, that's freaking amazing. And they're organizing it through Twitter, and so people are doing it just like in such an organized way, and you don't have to fight online for tickets. I feel like that is a freaking amazing thing to do. I hope I get tickets, you know. Yeah, it is more than double the price over here. I did say it was gonna be 18. I think somebody was like arguing with me and said that it was gonna be like $8, and I was like, are you serious? This is fucking Singapore. It's not gonna be $8. Everything here is expensive. Yeah, it's 18. Anyway, if I get tickets, I'll update you. But if I don't get tickets, no big deal, because they're probably gonna sell it separately at some other point. Because, you know, big hits gonna try to cash in however they can, right? Why would you hesitate about Burn the Stage? Unless you don't speak Korean. But you're in Korea, right? So you should be able to. Because they don't have subtitles. They're not gonna have subtitles at the Korean screening. I wish they didn't have this glare. But if I take off my glasses, I'm gonna have to be this close to the screen to read the comments. And I don't want to. It's not, it's too much, it's too close of a distance. And if I'm that close, you guys will be able to tell exactly what kind of potato shaped head I have. Oops. Oh no, not this again. I was trying to see the comments. What the fuck? What was it before? It had such a nice looking... This wasn't it, right? This is way too saturated. Shit, no. Really? Was it this? I don't think so. Yeah, I didn't know either. Like, I found out... I found out accidentally. Like, exactly this way is how I found out that YouTube offers filters. Oh my god, how do I get it back? So, I didn't hit this button, but okay. Let me see. Oh my god, I love it! Does anything I do affect the bubbles? Or no? Okay, tell me when it gets too distracting and I'll turn it off, but like, this looks better than the usual thing. Okay, I wanted to click on the comments because the comments just keep disappearing. I really want to get tickets, but I'm confused here in Japan. Okay. Okay. I like this. I like this a lot. It's comforting. I think the filter is better because then it's distracting, so you guys won't be looking at my face as much, or I could just be doing this the whole time. Does it look like I have van for a head? Like, is it at my neck exactly? I think. I'm just doing stupid things now. Okay. I like this filter a lot. I'm really sorry for those of you in countries that aren't, that it's gonna be really hard to watch the movie. Your friend bought 10 tickets? There's like a limit for how many you can buy. I think over here it's like 4. So are the bubbles like congregating to hide my face? Like, is this some kind of conspiracy? Okay. Fascinating. I love these filter thingies. I wish they had like the face recognition ones that you can do like mustaches and other weird faces. I think Instagram does that. But I hate doing lives on Instagram now because it lags so much. And like I say something and then somebody's replying to it like 2 minutes later when I've already moved on. And also there's a limit, like Instagram lets you only do 1 hour maximum of a live, which I feel is stupid. Oh, that's so sweet. I should try that. One of my friends is very disappointed that she didn't get BTS concert ticket, so I'm gonna try for that. I wonder if any of you guys here are going to the concert, BTS concert in Singapore, because I'm giving out photo cards there. I thought it would be nice to give back to the community that I gained so much from, like my Instagram and my YouTube, and yeah, I'm gonna give out stuff there and try to, and hopefully like not everyone comes at once or something. One by one would be nice. I feel like it's every time I do something like this, it helps to make me better. Nah, I'm not really. Are you sure I'm sweet? Haven't you heard how I swear? Haven't you heard how I rag on other people during my videos and how I call them out? I don't think I'm that sweet or as sweet as you think. Did I push up the bubbles with my head? Oh my god, how old am I to be doing this? Oh. Oh! Fascinating! Oh my god! I didn't know that you could do this. They're interactive. No, it doesn't work with your hand. I think it works with your face. Oh my god, this is so cool. Yes, this is dorky, but whatever. That was fascinating. Like, when else am I gonna do this shit? Like, it's better to do this in a live with you guys rather than trying to discover it like alone at home and be all like playing with bubbles. That's sad. But why do they keep coming to cover my face? Like, I thought the point was to let me do my live and then, you know, just be around. But okay. Jada, the definition of sweet is not me. That's the definition. Anyway, we have 10 minutes left. So what should we talk about? I think I've talked about some pros and cons so far about being an army. And I mean there are a lot of cons that I haven't talked about. But you know, I don't know if I should just like think about it. Should I tell you another story about this like army that I met that wasn't a good army? Um, so usually when you meet somebody, you don't expect them to be bad. Like you just don't have any expectations, but you don't expect them to be bad, right? Mm, um, 세준? 세준 누구야? And so I was when I was on the way to a BTS concert in Malaysia, it was the Red Bullet. It was still TRB era, and they were doing a concert in Malaysia. And at the time, I had barely started my Instagram translation account, so I had maybe like 6,000 or so followers, fewer than 10,000. But I was still one of the only Instagram accounts that was doing translations. I think the first Instagram account that was doing translations on Instagram, and that was in 2015. So whenever BTS was posting, whenever BTS tweeted or they had news, I would translate it and then post, right? And I had quite a number of Malaysian followers at the time. Sarah. And one of the girls that wanted to meet me, she was like someone with like a bigger account. She had like over 10,000 followers. And then I was like, oh cool, maybe this person, talking to this person would be really cool. Like, so I'm older than her. She's this 16-year-old. And what annoyed me so much was that she's Malaysian. No, what annoyed me so much wasn't that she was Malaysian, but she's Malaysian and I'm a person who had to fly to her country and figure out where the venue was and find my way and stuff like that. But like, she was like, so I'm at my hotel, why don't you swing by in a cab and pick me up and we can go together? And then I was like, no. It was out of my way for me to go all the way, excuse me, because she was from Malaysia also, but like nearby, and I mean not exactly in KL, she was from outside of KL, but she had internet, I didn't, right? Because I just arrived and I didn't know where to get like one of those you know, SIM cards that gives you internet and stuff like that. In 2015, this wasn't like something that was readily available. So I was ready to like, I had screenshotted all the maps of where I was supposed to go because I knew I wouldn't have internet. And so when I did have internet on the train, she texted me and she was like, well, you should come pick me up. And I'm like, well, who the fuck are you to tell me to do that? Like, I've never met you in person, I don't know you, and why should I be coming to pick you up? And when I didn't want to, she actually got mad. And it's like, hello, entitled princess bitch, like, who the fuck do you think you are? Why do I... And I think it was because she thought like she was a big deal, like she had 10,000 followers and I was just this like nobody account, and she thought she was a bigger deal than me and she had the right to be ordering me around. But it's like, this is real life now. We are both people attending a concert. This isn't Instagram. So right now you're as much of a nobody as I am, so we're on the same level here. I don't owe you shit. And it's not like, you know, it's not like I learned anything from her, or, you know, she gave me a shout out and I gained followers from her or things like that. And it's like nothing. We had no association except for the fact that she was following me for my translations, okay? So if anything, she was relying on me, so why the hell should I be picking her up for anything? And then she made her way to the venue by herself. And then while I was there, I met another friend and another Malaysian girl, and she let me like hotspot so I could borrow her internet for a little bit. And so I got texts from this arrogant girl, and she was like, so where are you, you know, let's meet up and stuff like that. And so we did meet, and it was then that I realized that she was a 16-year-old girl. And yeah, she looks like a rich little princess. She just wanted to save her money because she thought like since I'm from Singapore, and Singapore does have a bigger currency than Malaysia, like our $1 is there two something dollars, so yeah, the value is pretty big. But the thing is, just because I'm from a country that has a bigger value of currency than you doesn't mean I owe you anything. Like, that's my money. I earned it, like, by myself. So I'm not a fucking charity, you little bitch. Why should I be giving any of this to you just because you're from this country that's like sadder than mine? So I didn't see her logic at all, but I did humor her and took a picture with her. And after the concert, she was like, do you have fan cams? Can you send them all to me? And I'm like, why? And she was like, oh, no reason, I just want to look at them. Don't worry, I won't post them. But I didn't trust her because she sounded so shady when she said that. And then, so I didn't, right? And then afterwards, when I looked at her account, like a couple days later, she had been posting videos from other people without giving them credit. And a couple of weeks later, some of my followers tagged me on some of her posts, and they said, isn't this your translation? Because I don't follow her, so I didn't know what was going on, but she was taking all of my translations, she screenshotted them, she blacks out my watermark, and she puts a bigger watermark over my watermark with her name on it. And she says she translates these. And because I had a small account and she had a big one, so like nobody comes to mind except for the ones that already follow me. But so people were like, wow, you're so good at Korean. And she was like, oh yeah, thanks. And I learned it by myself. And it's like, wow, are you fucking kidding me? And so in order to trap her, I translated something wrong on purpose. Like, I put the wrong translation on purpose, and then waited until she screenshotted that, and then she would make it like black and white, and then she put her watermark over there, and it had the wrong translation word for word, and it was mine. So afterwards, I told all my followers, and by then I was growing pretty big as well on my account, and I said, everybody, this person is stealing from me, and if you want proof, go look at her latest post. She copied my translation word for word, and it's a mistake I made on purpose. And then, yeah, everybody went there, and then, you know, she was like, at first she said, no, that's my translation, and then she realized, because she didn't know that I had ratted her out, and then she realized that she was caught. And then after she played the victim, she was like, I'm really sorry, I'm so young, you know, I don't know what I'm doing. And then she played the fucking age card. If you're aware that you're young, how is this like any excuse to be doing something wrong? Like, I'm young, so you should forgive me because I'm young, and therefore I am allowed to be this fucking stupid. Like, wow. I was so amazed at the gall of this woman, and she wasn't even a woman, she's a tiny bitch. So it's like, that is incredibly fucked up. How much what she would go through for attention. Yes, 16 isn't that young, okay? Like, what the hell? So anyway, yeah, I met some really, really good armies and really, really bad armies. So, in every fandom, bad eggs exist. And that's what makes our fandom look bad. So, the only thing that we can do is try to be good examples if we're gonna present ourselves as armies. And I think if, like, that comes back to the point of the topic today, is if army really is your identity, and if it's such a huge part of your life, and if it is, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that when you're in army, you gotta conduct yourself really well, not just being an army, but being an exemplary human being, just so, you know, people can see and say good things about it. Because at any point in time, like on Thursday, when I wasn't expected to be introduced as army, right? But suddenly I was, and you know, but thank God I was, you know, I had manners, I dressed nice, I just was being a socially acceptable person, you know. So then that person who has never met armies before, if ever the fandom gets mentioned again, and he can say, I met a couple of armies, and they were really nice. And that's good enough, you know? I feel like, good, we did right by our fandom by being this sort of person. I need a lozenge, like my throat is starting to hurt. Anyway, any last words before I log off? I hope you guys watched that watermelon video, because I subbed it, and that lady is hilarious. And I mean, that's the whole reason why I subbed it, is because I want you to see how hilarious she is. She kept getting Namjoon's name wrong. She called him Namgu, which I hope Namjoon watches that video. Hi Ray. 1 a.m. I love you too. Oh, it's already up. It's the latest video on my channel. On this channel. I love you too. I love you guys a lot. Like, I was just telling on my Instagram yesterday, I was like, my YouTube babies are so cute. Because a lot of people were saying hi mama yesterday for whatever reason. And so I was like, yeah, my YouTube babies are so damn cute. Please watch that video and let me know if you guys want to see more of such similar videos, because I have so many of these like adventures in Seoul, and the one that I really want to post is the time I went to the swimming pool in the BTS prologue video. You know, there was this abandoned swimming pool, and it was so creepy, that place, and you had to walk through a forest to get there, and there were like spider webs that we had to, like, you know, knock down with like a twig, a stick, so that we could walk through that area. It was that deserted and scary trying to get there. I really want to post that. So yeah, leave comments and let me know if you guys are interested to watch such things. I love you guys. Bye. See you next week. Bye. Thank you.